shit happens. And the awesome thing is we get to deal with the shit. There's two ways to look at it. You know, there's fuck, what the fuck, all that. But then there's this is fucking life, baby. Things happen within the game that, you know, you don't expect. At the end of the day, the awesome thing is that we get to play.
What's up, familia? My name's Rollin Berry. I went from food stamps to building a multi-million-dollar company. What actually allowed for this had nothing to do with business strategy. It was how I was operating. Welcome to the channel where I document my life, my work, and the internal frames up here that create the external results you see outside. This is the journey. We had a client that had a product, took some item that existed already on the marketplace, basically took the exact framework that they had there, which is apparently not illegal.
Problem is, you didn't change out the phone number, and it's the other company's fucking phone number.
So instead of using it for inspiration, it was basically plagiarism.
And the company reported it to Amazon, and Amazon shut down our client's account. And I'm over here like, I don't know what So that's where we are.
You look very composed, sir.
I mean, there's no other option. If I get uncomposed, that is not going to help. So, like I said, every day, maybe entrepreneurs, we're paid to solve problems. What the fuck we do?
Are you naturally composed, or is that something you had to learn?
Nah. I wouldn't. I don't. Okay, better way of putting it in is it's reps. There was that one Tom Hanks movie. I forget what it was. It's like the one where he was like, I forget what he was doing something.
Quite frankly, everybody else has an interest in sending you to the electric chair.
All right.
You don't seem alarmed.
Would it help?
How did we do?
Not too good. Do you never worry?
Would it help? My people are going to shoot me.
You're not worried.
Would it help?
Would it help? And I loved that. You know what I mean? Because like that encompasses everything. It's like, yo, shit's gonna happen inside of business, outside of business. Shit's just gonna happen. That's 'tis life. You know what I'm saying? But like, again, if I were to get uncomposed about something, what benefit would that bring? Whereas if I'm in a composed state and I'm just like, yo, yeah, shit's gonna happen, then it's like, all right, bet, like, you know what I mean? Let's cook now. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Like, inside and outside of life, like, you got a choice. And I'm going to choose to move from a place that's empowering rather than one that's not. You know what I mean? Like, we get exposed to, like, situations that can or can't trigger us daily. And it's whenever that pops up and you're out of composure, just being like, that's a sign. That's a flag, regardless of the situation. And then from there, just acting accordingly. Actually, let me go back. This channel documents the internal shifts in this. Welcome to the journey.
Like that one more time.
Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the journey. You can give me the whole thing.
Welcome to the channel where I document my...
They create the external results outside. I don't know if it's exactly like this.
This is the journey.
This is the journey. Okay.
That's real.
That's real.
Some people try to search for like, when do we make it? But what does that even mean? What things were you feeling on the inside when you started to, when that started to become a reality of this business I'm doing is starting to create the life, you know, my decisions are starting to create the life that I want.
There's an overarching why behind everything that I'm doing. And what I'm doing feeds that. So everything that I do now is like a stepping stone towards that. Some people will have their milestone moment where they're like, you know, whatever it may be, I got that job or I got that X or what have you. But also that's inevitably once you get it, you're gonna be like, what's next? So it's a moving target. For me, because I have that overarching like, you know, work thing that, you know, I'm capturing, that for me is gonna be that particular moment. Everything else then is now just a program to feed that. But throughout that, obviously there are things that, you know, always continue to be grateful for and expansive of within that frame. I don't think I'll have that moment of X until, you know, that top arch happens.
What is that bigger why then?
I'm not sharing that on camera. I don't want to come off as someone who's like, oh, I'm going to go do this or I'm going to go do that. For me, I've always been, I'm just getting it done. And you'll know when it's done because you'll see it and you'll know. And I'll tell you, that shit I was talking about back then, boom. You know what I mean? Because realistically, it's already been done. It's unfolding right now. To me, it's more just like we're getting the shit done and talking about, oh yeah, it's always gonna be this, or I'm gonna get to that, because that's just how I operate.
Ship in a few weeks.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine she's probably busy. So.
We're doing shoulders today.
Does this excite you?
I get excited to move my fucking body. Anytime I'm in the gym, it's the boys' happy place. In the gym in your mom's house. Let's get it. Just trying to put out that fucking fire I talked about earlier. And, I don't think there's a way to get it without too many details. I got into this to support founders. Like, I don't do this for the money. Like, to me, like
Amazon Expand, you don't do it for the money.
I mean, yeah. Like, I started this shit because 92% of sellers aren't successful in the Amazon ecosystem. That's because they don't have the right fundamentals, and we made a deliverable, and on that deliverable there was a piece of information on there that was something that got flagged that caused that particular client's account to get frozen. And within that freeze, we're unable to sell, and the potential that that particular account cannot use the inventory associated because of something that came out of our department. Working with a startup founder who's just getting started and making sure that they're good means everything. So like them being potentially hit with a $12,000 hit, like, you know what I mean? Like that honestly could have been prevented. I mean, that makes me sick, you know? So, because we fucked up. So I mean, I don't mind if we put in that, that's on us.
What moved forward today for you?
Presence is the best one I can say that. Because this is a pressing issue for me throughout my workout, I was checking things in Slack, which I usually don't do. I'm on Do Not Disturb. And so I was thinking about that through the workout, but at the same time, I'm aware of me thinking about this through my workout is not me being in the workout, and it's not also me being of service to the situation, because you can't optimize two things at one time. So it was a great challenge for me to be present with the workout and understand, look, you're gonna find a solution to this like you do for fucking everything. Be as present as possible with what you're fucking doing, and then solve that shit after. These things that I speak to you guys about, or I speak in general about here, like being mindful of your mind and trying to like be in that process of mastering it and aligning it to where the fuck you want it to go, ultimately is like flexing the muscles. Like the same way, like I'm in the gym working on my fucking workout or whatever, but like mastering your mind is the same type of muscle that it is if you're training anything else. And through first awareness of it, but then second after that, reps of like not just seeing something, but actually like forcing yourself to, when you do see something, do the opposite of what you're comfortable doing. That's what builds the fucking muscle. Shit happens, and the awesome thing is we get to deal with the shit. There's two ways to look at it. You know, there's fuck, what the fuck, all that. But then there's, this is fucking life, baby. You know, like, this is what it's fucking about. Like, we get to play the game. Things happen within the game that, you know, you don't expect, you do expect. But, like, at the end of the day, the awesome thing is that we get to play it. And you get to choose whether or not you love it, or you get to choose your perception of it. Once you reach that stage and you're aware of that, then it's within your fucking power to choose how you want to operate that particular event and how you want to perceive that particular event. Peace out, motherfuckers.